I do like the whole transgender competing thing just because it disrupts the system. I actually don't like drug testing in sports. I think it's ridiculous because most of the people winning in sports are using drugs anyways. They're just better at hiding it. So, and then it's also creating a bad name for drugs, which are actually really good and if used properly can be really helpful. So it's creating an anti-drug culture. And the whole transgender thing sort of opens this up because that deals with hormones. You know, that's really the difference is is a woman using testosterone, is a man dropping their testosterone or acting like a female, whatever. It all comes down to hormones, and I think it opens up the discussion for hormones too. I mean, how could you have a transgender person competing but not acknowledge that you have a man that has low testosterone that needs a prescription testosterone to bring it up to a normal level? And how do we decide what's normal? The whole conversation is ridiculous, honestly. So that's why it's funny. Like, I want this conversation to go as long as possible and as thorough as possible until people find out just how ridiculous it is how we demonize hormones and performance-enhancing drugs. Well, do you think it's fair for a woman who's got a genetic advantage and produces tons of testosterone over other women? See, it's not a black or white. There's this gray area. And so for people to make this gray area into a black and white allows them to ignore all the science and talk about the bigger philosophical issues here and the taboos against steroids. So, I love genetic manipulation is the next step. I love the chemical manipulation of the human body because just like I said with the American dream, being born poor and being able to become out rich, or at least that's what the American dream is supposed to be. But there's a lot of limitations to that. I like to have the American dream for the human body, which is you can create your body into anything you want to. You can adjust your hormones. You can adjust your DNA. I mean, this topic is hot right now, but in 30 years from now, you'll be able to genetically mutate yourself into whatever you want to be. If you want to glow in the dark, you'll be able to glow in the dark. If you want to drop your myostatin down and build muscle by just lifting your water bottle, you can do that. So you've got this just like short window of time in the long history of human evolution where we have access to the chemistry to evolve ourselves, but we're not allowed to use it. And I think the transgender topic sort of raises this bigger issue that people aren't talking about. So, yeah, I think a man should be able to become a female and compete. And I think a female should be able to become a man and compete. And I think men should be able to use steroids. And I think women should be able to use steroids, honestly.